Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday, the 8th of October, 2025. And today, unless something happens, the guys are going to be here to help move some of the tractors to the new place. So today you'll see some photos of the new place, and we'll see about getting some of the old tractors up and running that we've not had any luck with so far. Well, as you can see, I am up and moving around a little bit, but I am using a cane. And yeah, I really should be taking a day or two off after a little tumble I had the other day. My knees and legs still aren't working correctly. And yeah, I stumbled backwards and I took out two chairs, a plastic lawn chair of all things in the living room that I had in there. And I broke the heck out of my lazy boy type recliner. Busted all the wood right off of all the metal framework that was in the thing. So yeah, I'm a little bit stiff and sore, but I'll still get around today and show you what we're up to. Well, I got the back end of the old white half-ton loaded up with some tractor tires. I've got a pair of fairly new 11.236s on here for the Super C Farmall. They were actually mounted on a tractor that never ran and was parted out. So I got them for a really good deal. They are a Firestone. And you can see the logo right there. It's upside down. But yeah, they're a Firestone Field and Road. Those 1236s are. And underneath there, down here, is some 11.224s. They're probably a little bit too big. I bought them for the Super A Farmall, which has now been sold. So we're going to put those on the little Farmall BN whenever I get around to getting it going. I don't know, you can see it down inside of that 24. There is the donut tire for the Super C for the single front. Yeah, it's sitting down there. Got a brand new one of those and a new tube with it. So other than checking the air pressure in the tires to make sure we got enough front and rear, and I get a strap on that tire there just to keep it from flopping around and maybe falling out the back end if the tailgate drops. Yeah, we're ready to go with this rig. Now, the new owner of the place was here the other day with a mini excavator with a thumb on it digging around, and my buddy Dale has the parts yard. He was here digging around, pulled out a bunch of stuff. So anyway, they found a bunch of stuff. Dale hauled off a bunch of it for scrap. So hopefully I'll get a few bucks off of that. Iron prices are down a little bit right now, but there's a few things that have come up with both of them messing around in the weed patch. Now here's one of the things that that he's just not leaving things alone. He found this disc, which was sitting right over there in that tall bunch of weeds, but instead of just hooking onto the drawbar out here on the end, he not only did that, but he pulled all the cinder blocks off of the weight boxes and took off the straps. For whatever reason, the straps are laying, they're in the shadow, but they're back there. And why he took those off to take those off is beyond me. Don't know why, but this is what I mean by he won't leave my things alone. And then he left the clevis for the drawbar sitting right there on top of that cinder block, but there's no pin in it. So yeah, I got to figure out what happened to the pin. So yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of being a little bit of an irritant to me. Sometime today I'm going to get Stinky with the cherry picker boom on the back end of it, come over here and pull that post out right there with the cross arms on it. That's the signpost for the Nelson Creek sign. Has a horseshoe nailed to it, that sort of thing, for good luck. So I'm going to take that with me to the new place. And sitting there next to it was that park bench. You know, he's moved that so you can get in here and mow with his tractor and his mower and whatnot. And if you look way out yonder there is a pile of 16-foot ranch panels that I'd put in for my raspberry bushes. Well, he went and mowed the raspberry bushes, didn't give me a chance to dig them up so I could transplant them over to the new place. So yeah, that's another one. And one of the other things he was asking about is when all this stuff was going to get moved out of here so he could get in here and mow the weeds down. Well, I kind of reminded him that I had till the 10th of November. So, and stuff was going to start getting moved today. If the guys can get to it, it's harvest season, so they may be, fouled up with that. But they're wanting to get it moved today because they're going to have a trailer on the back of the truck, and yeah, it's going to get wet and windy and cold again this weekend. So this stuff here should be moved today with any luck, and or most of it. But yeah, the guy's being real pushy about getting my stuff out of here. One of the things that showed back up, and I knew I had it, was this 2-point sickle bar mower for the Super C. There's the sickle bar out here. And then let's see. That point there and that point there are a part of a carrier platform. You can see some of the boards on the back there. It's been extended. I'm going to remove that extension, just make it back to normal size. But yeah, that's to put, bales of hay or straw or sacks of feed or whatever on it and haul it with the tractor from wherever you parked your pickup or whatever to wherever you need it to go. So I do have that 2-point carrier platform and a 2-point sickle bar mower. While my buddy Dale was over yonder digging around in the weeds looking for stuff for him to put in a scrap iron pile, he did come across something that he and I both forgot I had. In fact, I was just asking him if he had a 2-bottom, 1-way fast hitch plow for the Super C. And just about then I noticed some plowshares, and I thought they were the spares for the tumble plow that we sold 2 years ago, September, at the farm sale. Well, comes to be, that isn't what they were. I know it may be a little bit difficult to see because of the weeds and whatnot, but Dale I'd no sooner asked him about that double bottom 1-way plow for the Super C than he pulls this 2-point 2-way tumbling plow or turning plow, butterfly plow, whatever you want to call it, out of the weeds. And apparently he's had a guy from Utah up digging around through his place over there looking for this for the last couple of months now, off and on, trying to find it. Neither one of them could find it. Well, guess what? Here it sits. I'd bought it from Dale for quite some time ago, so there it is. So I do have a plow now for the Super C. So that plow is going to come in real handy on the back of the Super C for when I go to a county fair or some sort of show. I'll have an implement that can go on the back end of it to show people that there was more to it than just a tractor and, a little bit of the old way of doing things. Don't know if this GoPro will pick that up or not, but there is an IH logo on there with a PO 27004 number stamped in the back of that beam there. So this is an old 2-way single bottom, there's the other share, plow that would have gone with the Farmall H. It's pretty much all there. The new owner of the place got to digging around right by the house yesterday afternoon and dug this out and drug it over here for whatever reason, instead of leaving it where it was, where we could have just picked it up and moved it and put it on a trailer. But yeah, so here it is. So this old P&O plow will be one of the items that will be transversing over to the new place today or as soon as we can, because that'll go on the back end of the Farmall H or the Super M, one of the two, for a show, for the same reason that little butterfly or quarter turn plow will do for the Super C. We did come out with the, I don't know, you can pick it out way over here, there is the single point subsoiler deal, or it's a 3-point hitch job, but it's just a single bottom subsoiler. I'm going to need that subsoiler with a kind of a ditcher blade on it, or a corrugator blade, something with a shovel action to it, over at the new place, because I've got a little bit of a waterway that runs on the east side of the house that's caused the gate to rot. Well, it's the post that holds up the corner of the gate has rotted off because of the water over the years. So we're going to take that and a shovel, which I have, and make a trench through there, bury some 6-inch water pipe that we have left over from putting in the water mains around here for irrigating the fields, and then cover that over, probably put some gravel on it or whatever, keep it from washing, and that'll help keep the moisture away from the fence post or the gate post and keep them from rotting off. So yeah, a little bit of work to do over there on the fencing as well. Well, it's kind of late in the day today, but it looks like Stinky's going to be the first machine to head over to the new place as soon as we get it on the trailer. This is my friend Mike, lives down the road. He's the one with the big Rumley oil pole and the threshing machine that we did the threshing bee with. He's going to try to put the Super M on there, but the Super M's too wide for the trailer and them fenders. Okay, well, she's on, and I'm going to go jump in my truck and follow him over, and we'll get it unloaded. Well, this is the new homestead. We're going to have to rebuild that fence, like I mentioned earlier, so we can get equipment back and forth through there. Yeah, this is the place, and over underneath that tree right there, I think we're going to put that hay rake, just as kind of a yard ornament, that sort of thing, and oh, maybe something else right in there, but right there behind that maple tree, that's where that hay rake's going to go, is over in those pines there. I've actually got a pretty good sized deck right here off the side of the house with a gate that goes through out to the backyard there. So yeah, we could have club meetings or something here with the tractor pullers, or family events. Be a good place to have them. This is the backyard of the place right here. We've got plenty of room. I can store some equipment outside here underneath that tree back there and kind of keep it out of the weather and whatnot. Got a nice little 10 by 12, I think it is. Storage shed, it might be 8, but I think it's 10 by 12. Yeah, and then a shop. Isn't much to look at, but it's around the corner over there. So let's go wander. Oop, about dropped you there. Let's go wander that away and see what we can see about this shop, which is bigger floor space than the one over at the farm, but it isn't that much bigger now that I got Stinky in there. Yeah, so it probably could stand to have a new roof put on the thing. So if we get a new roof put on there, we may move the little red shed over here a little bit, move it back that way, and then extend a little bit of a roof or lean-to onto this thing here to get us some room to park tractors and stuff underneath it. Of course, I have to trim up these peace roses and whatnot and transplant them and all that, and the iris back there. So, but yeah, if we could do a little bit of a add-on lean-to kind of a thing when we redo that roof, and take this area right in here, pardon the cane, for it to park some of the equipment, that'd be where it'll go. Okay, this is the shop. Just some cardboard over here on the wall. I thought it was a doorway at first when I was looking at the early photos of it. But yeah, it's got a nice little roll-up door back there. It's just a regular car-sized door, so the muffler and that'd have to come off the Super M. I was thinking of putting the Super M and the Farmall H right here in front of where Stinky's sitting, but there's just not enough room. What with that cherry picker boom on the back end of Stinky back there. But yeah, it's going to need a new window. That one's broke out, but it has been rewired. There's outlets for welders, that sort of thing, and I think we'll put the floor mounted grinder back here and plug it into that thing there or something. But yeah, there is some shelving in here, nice door, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So there's Stinky and its new home. Yeehaw. Yeah, I'm not, I'll be the first to admit I'm not all that impressed with the new shop. The house is okay. It is a lot newer than the one I was living in, and is in definitely less need of repair than the one out at the farm. But yeah, I should never have sold the farm. So I bought a couple lottery tickets. So maybe if I win big tonight, I can buy the farm back. Yeah, and just leave the rest of the stuff sitting there and take everything else that's here back over there. Anyway, that's it for this video. We'll catch up with you later when we haul over some more stuff. So As always, y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye for now.